Hello everyone and welcome to the Anime Void. I'm Brian, your host, and with Mother's Day right around the corner, I have chosen a questionable topic to make a video on. So just sit back, relax, and prepare to learn things you never knew about Natalia Kaminski, aka Kiritsugu's foster mother, aka the gun chick from that one CE, aka the woman that Kiritsugu took out with a rocket launcher. Honestly, there's not a lot known about Natalya outside of what's shown in Fate Zero. She's a magus that's not actually part of the association. Instead, she's a mercenary that hunts down people that the association is hunting, just so that she can sell them back to the association, which honestly is low-key hilarious. She is a bounty hunter that gets her bounties through ransom and hostage negotiations. One day, she finds herself on Alimango Island, just as the plot of Dead Island is taking place. And she ends up acquiring a son, fresh off of killing his own father and ready for way more trauma. So the boy, known as Kiritsugu Emiya, ends up going along with Natalya and learning the ways of mercenary work and mage killing. And getting his ribs turned into bullets, but how that works is not important right now because we are here for Mommy. So, one thing that isn't mentioned in the anime is that Natalya is actually not too dissimilar to Merlin, in that Natalya is actually part Succubus, and that she is a silver-haired mentor/parental figure to a young, impressionable charge that they set down a doomed path of heroism with a unique and powerful weapon in hand. I have no idea if that was at all intentional, but holy shit, it's wild to think about, isn't it? Though, that said, I am 99% sure Merlin never bad-touched Shatoria, unlike Natalya with Kiritsugu, because that's something that absolutely happened on several occasions. Though, again, it is worth noting that she never went full semen demon on him because she fell in love with him. Doesn't make any of it better, might actually make it worse, but at least we now know where Shiro gets his harem protagonist powers from. But unfortunately, she is unable to stay part of the harem. On a mission, a plane gets taken over by ghouls and demon bees, which really are just normal wasps with extra steps if you think about it. Anyway, Natalya ends up getting trapped in the cockpit flying the plane. Her plan is to land the thing and then deal with the monsters on land. Granted, this does lead to a risk of something escaping and causing some kind of havoc. But what they could try to do is land in the middle of the ocean. Yes, that is difficult, but Natalya knows how to land a plane normally, apparently. I'm sure she could do an emergency landing. Then, all Kiritsugu would need to do is bust open the cockpit, just the cockpit, leaving the bees and the ghouls still trapped in the pressurized cabin floating in the middle of damn nowhere. Then they can both blow it up safely and go home. Instead, Kiritsugu's first and only course of action is to blow up the plane with a rocket launcher mid-flight. And he had a very long time to think about other courses of action. And here's the thing, my idea might not work. Could fail, a bee gets out and flies the rest of the way to land somehow. It's magical, so sure, it could, why not? But the point is that this option was not even played with. If it was brought up, discussed, and ultimately shut down over the long time in between Kiritsugu making his decision and acting on it, this wouldn't be an issue. Granted, I guess it's not an issue in general in a weird way. This action, along with several others, really goes a long way to establish how Kiritsugu's origin, to cut and tie together, manifests in more than just his bullets. The concept of cutting and tying something together is to get the end result of having things become one again, even if said thing was already one thing to begin with. It is a way of mending things, but it can be largely inefficient. Yes, the piece of rope is together again, but it's shorter. or the hose no longer functions properly. This is best visually demonstrated with what Kiritsugu's origin does to magic circuits through his origin bullets. But more than that, his actions show this as well. Yes, Kiritsugu got the desired result of destroying the ghouls and the bees, but there might have been a better way to fix the problem that didn't involve murdering the only family he had at the time. Even with how he got rid of Lancer, he could have just had Solau killed rather than go through the whole Gias rigmarole. Though granted, again, there is a problem with the writing here, because Kenneth still had a command seal from the priest guy, despite very much giving up the role of master, and his magic circuits were completely ruined. Thus, he should have been wholly unable to provide mana to his servant. Realistically, Kenneth should have been a non-issue once Solau was given the command seals and made solely the master of Lancer. So that whole convoluted scheme is more due to a lapse in writing quality than it is Kiritsugu's origin. What was I talking about again? Right, Natalya is a badass MILF that got done dirty, and not in the way that she'd like. Also, here's another piece of art of her dressed as Succubus Irisfield as a reward for making it through my ramblings. Thank you to Art Ryan 101 for providing the art. And no, we are not going to be discussing the psychosexual implications of having Kiritsugu's mother figure dressed up as his wife. Shut up, Freud, you're dead, so stay in your hole. Anyway, maybe we can hold out hope for her to one day become a pseudo-servant in Fate Grand Order. I'd say Freya would be a perfect fit for her, being the goddess of sex, war, and death, but she's already part of Sitanai for reasons, and this is why we can't have nice things. And with that, that's all I have to talk about for now. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Fate lore in the future, probably more serious than this one, but I make no promises. Leave a comment down below too. You can write Mommy for all I care. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to catch you next time in the void. Later.